Put them girls back, child. All right. Boy, do I got something for y'all today. Yes, indeed. Do I got something for y'all today. Let's get to it. Let's get to it because I got a lot of things to take care of today. Hi, Coach Sonya, grateful recovering addict. hmm this is Mountains of Recovery podcast where I will talk about and share uh my experience, strength and hope in all types of in all aspects, in all different ways we as a people can recover. Um Not just substance abuse. This is in all aspects. So let's get to it. So today is I'll say episode 2. Um and I called it Recovering Sobriety, a shared responsibility. And y'all know I gotta go into the word real quick. Real short and sweet for the word this morning. Real short and sweet for the word this morning. Okay. I'm coming out of First Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, and it's called Paul's relationship with the Corinthians. And it says in verse 4, chapter 4 of First Corinthians, Paul said, "My conscience is clear, but that doesn't prove I'm right. It is the Lord Himself who will examine me and decide." I'm gonna let y'all sit on that. And then I also want to read something out of this book right here that I got from school, the beginning of spring semester, from James Clear. Y'all want to buy this book? It's called Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones, by James Clear, author James Clear. You can find it anywhere. And in its chapter summary, let me see what chapter is this. Yeah, I ain't got it all there. The first one it says, which the only one I'm reading, said a habit is a behavior that has been repeated enough times to become automatic. That's why I'm gonna read out of it because I don't need him emailing me. Okay, so recovery and sobriety, a shared responsibility. I'm gonna give the yin and yang of recovery like two different recovery examples because some people feel like, I'm sorry, we feel like sometimes that we got a problem with this, but we don't have a problem with that. So, and I get that, and that's true. And then for us the sobriety part, we feel like I'm sober and abstaining from this, but I'm not sober and abstaining from that. And that's true. I get it. So a shared responsibility. What what I believe in as far as living life on life's terms, especially in recovery and sobriety, if you are in recovery, if you are working a 12-step program or anything like that, or if you're going to therapy, if you're going to counseling, if you're going to parenting counseling, if you're going to marriage counseling, if you're going to therapy for yourself, if you're going to premarital counseling, if you're going to, yeah, if you're going to anything like that, I feel like it's a shared responsibility. Um, and you can't do one without the other. You can't, we can't, well, I'm speaking for me. I feel like I can't recover without sobriety, and I can't have a successful recovery in any aspects of my life without abstaining and being sober from substance abuse. Hell, I don't think I can have a successful recovery and long term recovery without if I don't abstain from toxic people, places and things. So that's why I say it's people say recover, girl, I ain't got no problem, girl. But you toxic though. You toxic, you manipulative. This men and women, I'm not discriminating. Young and old. You toxic, you a manipulator. Um a lot of negative adjectives you are. We can be a lot of character defects. Like I said in my last live stream, discernment is not, I think it was in my video, discernment is not a bad thing at all. It's a positively helpful resource that God or your higher power have given us to make the best choices. What's wrong? What's the negative in that? Yeah. Um. Yeah. You can't do one without the other. I can't do one without the other. I can't have a successful recovery. Uh. Uh. Work my program in full term recovery without abstaining from substance abuse and people placing the things that will lead me down a path to destruction, or even me leaving my own, if I'm not disciplined or consistent, persistent, showing any tenacity, willpower, willingness to change for the betterment of myself, for my family, meaning my children, my fiance, his children. Yeah, that's a shared responsibility of mine. Not I can't do this because you do that. No, 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 no. We all. So I said, posted this. I mean, yeah, he posted a video talking about this. He was speaking on the men though. Shout out to Sauce Walker, man, because that was like, thank you. But I don't give the Bible from. I really don't care who get mad. I'm gonna keep it real because I was that mother. I was that in my addiction. I was that irresponsible. God blessed me with it, but I can't maintain it because I still got my mind on negative things that I still wanted to do that I didn't need to do. I was her. And I'm still working the steps. I'm still a work in progress. But yeah, recovery and sobriety is a shared responsibility. Um, a lot of finger pointing. A lot of finger pointing I see in our communities and our culture, you know. And if y'all need me to order y'all a mirror off Amazon, I have no problem doing that. That part. If y'all want me to buy y'all a mirror on Amazon, not the little small one from that we getting, when we locked up and stuff like that. I'm talking about that one that get you head to toe. Yeah, that one. Definitely will order you one. They got it for the lower Amazon because when I tell you, it's a shared responsibility to be uh, um a citizen. It's a shared responsibility to be a woman, a man, a student. You know, and when I say student, meaning we send our kids to school to get an education, but it's their shared responsibility to take advantage of it and receive it. Not just go to school to be cool or go to school because you want to. No offense. Not just go to school because you a student athlete or you are athlete, but school was placed in in a position of society to educate everyone, no matter the ethnicity, no matter the age. You see, today you got 70, 80 years old, 80-year-old men and women of all cultures, of all races, still going to school to get their doctorates, their masters. Uh, Remaining teachable is nothing. We're going to learn something every day of our lives. I'm still learning stuff, and I'm still open to be teachable. But yeah, all of this finger pointing, for example, well, I ain't gonna say all that. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna end it real short today, cause I have things to do. I have things to do today. Um, I was that mother, that ex-wife, that baby mama who was my baby daddy not doing this, my baby daddy not doing that. Especially when I left and we got divorced. And he divorced me. Thank you, Jesus. But Sonya, what was you doing? Having children is a shared responsibility. You ever heard the term, y'all? Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. See, I grew up in the era where mama took care of the kids regardless. Mama took care of their children regardless. And the children around the neighborhood, the neighbors' children. A mother is a mother. You gotta have the same DNA. A mother is a mother. And I thank you, God, for all the mothers, all the women who have adopted me as their daughter, because as y'all know, my mother is deceased. May she rest in peace. Yeah, because one thing about my mom, I can say she was a responsible mother, you know, and she did shelter me to the best of her ability, but we never slept on no one's floor or couch. We never were homeless. Yeah. So shout out to my mama for that. I used to get irritated with family members with siblings who was, getting things more than me and stuff like that. But now that I'm finna be 38 years old, um it's a blessing to be content and living comfortably in all aspects, rather than material gain or having material portions of things that the world have to offer. Not life. Those two different things. Will I sometimes be getting too deep for this. But yeah, that's a shared responsibility. Being a parent is a shared responsibility. One day I was talking to a cool Hispanic man at work. We were running it back and forth, and we was talking about this situation as far as the the shared responsibility of parents. So my dad was in the military or whatever. But I didn't see my dad. My dad went back to Florida from Houston when I was 4 years old. I was born in '88, and I didn't see my dad again until I was 17, my senior year in high school. I went to Florida on a Greyhound for a Christmas break, my senior year, and I spent 2 weeks in Florida with my family, my Florida family, dad and everything. And I was just happy to be in his presence because I remember um, my dad, yeah, my dad adored me. Mom adored me, but my daddy adored me. Yeah, he did. And we used to have fun together. Yeah, his birthday is actually 2 days after mine. I'm June 5th and June 7th. But yeah, but I use this example. Say for instance, a man in the military with a wife and 5 kids he loses his life um in the war, yeah. Now, yes, she has all the benefits, of a wife, of being a military wife, because her husband was serving in the army, and he passed while on duty or anything like that in active duty, even in non-active duty. But this is an example I use. She got 5 kids between the ages of 1 and 15. And her husband, unfortunately, in the military, dies while on duty, in duty, to serve our country. The government gonna make sure that she's taken care of and everything like that, right? Until a certain point, to a certain point. Until a certain point. That's why, ladies, we need to have our own bag. I've accomplished so much with my fiance, and my fiance is not here at this time. He's on vacation and been on vacation since October, the end of October, by the way. But the things that I have accomplished, no offense to him, because when I went to rehab last year, I was already writing things in my journal, when I was journaling, or just tasks that I wanted to, fulfill. But I'm doing all this, while he's on vacation, and that's an accomplishment to me, you know. And but that's a shared responsibility. You will be amazed, you will be amazed how. And I'm not saying you take a woman or you take a man by the hand that's a grown ass adult. We're not doing potential in 2026. That is in 20. We in that 2026. I'm saying if you see action, and you take your partner's hand, whether not wife or husband. Let's be clear. If you see someone you're in a relationship, a real relationship with, um, taking action on what they saying they want to do or trying to do, like getting on it, like being yeah, yeah, on top, like handling their business, yes. There's nothing wrong with God and holding hand, God through that if you have more wisdom than them. But if you don't have more wisdom than them, shut the fuck up. If you ain't got more wisdom, first of all, if you in a relationship, partnership with somebody, especially you got kids with them, and they can't give you no wisdom, no knowledge, and no understanding, with respect and devotion and responsibility in all aspects, you already done fucked up. I don't know what color flag you looking for, but they got red, they got raw eyes, like. So y'all be reaching for something that they ain't even there. But yeah, that's what I want to share with y'all this morning. I know y'all been looking for your girl, man. I started RSPS training yesterday. Shout out to Center for Wellness and Recovery. We had fun in there, baby. We had fun. They awesome instructors, man. Awesome instructors. If you want to get into the next class, um, you have to look them. You can Google and look them up and give them a call. They open up at 9 today, and yeah, she has another training date coming up. So if y'all want to be a RSPS recovery coach, whoever has any substance abuse history and experience, and are in recovery right now with some clean time, and you want to be a vessel to uh the children, daughters, sons, students, uh mothers and fathers and wives and husbands that's in recovery and want recovery and want sobriety and want to stay stopped, then that is the place for you. That is the place for you. Yeah, that's the place for you. So I got something special for y'all. I said I'm gonna do a little improv. I'm gonna do a little improv today. Okay. share responsibility. Because I've been seeing a lot of stuff about I've been seeing a lot of stuff about um Gen Z versus the last of a dying breed, the goat breed, the 80s babies, you know? Um and like I say, the when I say a shared responsibility, it's not limited to just substance abuse and recovery and working a 12-step program. We talking about in all aspects. And yeah, I got a little real time PowerPoint slide I'm finna do for y'all just to show you Gen Z Gen Z people the difference. Why we the goats. The last of the dying breed is 80. Why we are the goats. I have to do this. Um because I like being hands on. So let's get to this improv and then I'm gonna shut it down for today and I'm gonna come back and see y'all probably whenever the Holy Spirit tells me to speak. So let's get to this improv, okay? So this right here is the this first scene is me and my son is or I'm sorry, grammar. Me and my son are on our way to church and he has this hat on. He's 15 years old. He think he cute. His grades is good. Okay, whatever. But he don't take no trash out. You gotta, you know, we ain't gonna get to that. I don't need y'all because my son don't do none of that. But y'all get my point. Okay. So this first scenario is a mother and son go on their way to church, walking to church, walking into the church, and he got this hat on. Okay. All right. Here we go. So we walking in the church, right? Walking in the church. Okay. There you go. We walking in the church. And here come these three little Ben that like, hey Devontae. And he's like, what's up? And I said, Mama, why you do that? Boy, take that head off before you go in church. Damn, you do too much, bitch. I ain't did enough. Okay, that's scenario one. This is the difference between us and y'all. And this is also a shared responsibility. And it works if you work it. Okay. So this another grown boy with they do rag on. And he ain't took no trash out this Saturday. No school. He ain't took no trash out. His daddy at work. Don't matter who at work. I told you to take that motherfucking trash out. Okay? So we gonna give him a nickname. Boo Boo. So here's Boo Boo, right? Boo Boo with his do-rag on. I'm tied up. So y'all can really see what we was working with for as our parents and who raised us before y'all brought y'all abominating ass to our culture. So this Boo Boo, he's sitting on the couch on the game, and me and his father has already told him, and stepdaddy too, stepmama too, have already told this little motherfucker to take that trash out. Okay, so this the mama. Boo Boo, what mama? You took that trash out yet? No, I'm gonna get to it. You gonna get to it, okay? Mama, what you doing? I'm just helping you. What your do rag, baby? motherfucking ass up. Hold on. Get your motherfucking ass up and get that goddamn trash before your daddy get home, bitch. Okay. My bad, y'all, because I love to create a good scene. Shout out to MC Shaky. All right. Last but not least, Lord have mercy, Jesus. This the problem. This is for this the little Perus. Yeah, this the little Perus. Let me catch my breath. Let me catch my breath. Thinking all the right places. Let's go. Let's get to that. Okay. This is we're gonna say 17 because these 17-year-olds is something else. Cause they be especially when they about to graduate, you know. So this is the we gonna call her. She ain't a thought yet, but she damn near she damn near there. So we gonna call. Yeah, this is her bun and this her for lace frontal. Okay. We gonna call her I was finna throw shade. I was say we're gonna call her Brittany because it's always Brittany's boy. I ain't we just gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it real over here. So the scenario of Brittany, um, same thing, chores around the house. You ain't did them chores and man, with them our people ain't play about them chores. Bitch, that's the least you can do. We paying all these bills. Make sure you go to school, make sure you eat every day. All we have to do is take out the trash, make sure you wash the dishes, make sure your room clean, make sure your homework done, and basically have a weekend to yourself. But y'all make shit complicated. Let me pull this one up because baby, I might fuck around it. Okay, so okay, action. Brittany. Yes, mama. Did you wash them dishes while you in the mirror on Instagram, not getting paid? Mama, what you like what you mean? Like what? Ain't no I'ma wash. You finna go wash them right now. I said I'm washing, bitch. Get a motherfucking ass in the goddamn kitchen and bunch of motherfucking dishes. See how I come they used to come out the pocket, out the woodworks with shit. You ain't know where the fuck that central cord in that belt come from. Like what? Mama, you doing something? I'm finna call the police on you. Bitch, call them. That part. So yeah, that I just had to break it down to y'all. The difference between the goats, the 80s babies, and Gen Z. Cause y'all 90s baby, y'all sprinkled in there too. But it's a shared responsibility. It's a shared responsibility. Um, to be grown and know how to do everything in a self-sufficient way, male or female, black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, Asian, you know. It's a shared responsibility to be a parent with your partner or husband and wife when y'all, you know, choose to be a family and have a home together. It's a shared responsibility. And it's also a shared responsibility. If you want to be a successful adult in the future, it's a shared responsibility to listen to the wisdom and obey your parents. Talking to myself too. Because God with my ass for disrespecting and disobeying my mother or anybody who genuinely cared about me. If I did that, yeah, God make sure I caught. Man, don't yeah. I've had some good seasons in my life, but I've also had some seasons where it's been good, and God put that rod on my ass because you got to you gonna pay regardless. You can't run. You can't run, especially when you're a believer. A real believer, you not finna run from that action God gonna give you when you sin and disobey God, even when you ain't sinning no more. Y'all call it karma. We call it what the world call it karma, and God call it discipline. So yeah, and I made this visible and made for kids. I made this visible and made for kids because baby, y'all got to see this. Oh Lord, I hope I ain't. Lord Jesus. Oh yeah. Yeah, because it's a shared responsibility. How do you think you gonna be a successful, self-sufficient entrepreneur, CEO, supervisor, athlete, lawyer, judge, teacher, mother, father, wife, husband, if you can't even have respect or obey the basic shit that starts from home? Y'all think y'all just gonna skip? Let me tell you something. I had my reasons, but them reasons was not. If I had someone that could help me navigate through what I was going through in my preteens and as a teenager, that had me share responsibility as to why I acted the way I did, I wouldn't have acted like that. I wouldn't have said the things I've said or did the things I did. Yes, these things happen that caused me to be this, and this. But if I had you know, the right resources to navigate through that trauma, navigate through you know, those feelings and stuff like that, then it would have been a different outcome. I wouldn't have had to wait till I was damn near 30 years old to start, you know, waking up. You can wait, you can be on top of your game before you finish high school, little baby. What's up? You could be on top of your game mentally and wisdom wise and knowledge wise and responsible wise before you jump off the porch. You can have a boss mentality, a kingdom mentality, um, a entrepreneurial mentality, you know, a mentality of discernment and a wisdom to help others without going through what they went through before you graduate high school. Let me tell you a life trick and I'm gonna let y'all go. This is a life hack, not a life trick, not a life hack. Like I say, you can, you don't have to, you can skip all the bullshit if you just obey your parents. If you got some really good parents, stable parents in all aspects, not only providing stability for us physically with a roof over your head and food on the table, but who provide emotional stability, mental stability, those type of stabilities, and are leading by a positive example for for their family, for their immediate family, for their family. You can you can cut all the bullshit out. The I want to be grown, so when I turn 18, I'm finna go move in with my 20, 21, 22-year-old boyfriend who stayed with his mama shit. You know what I'm saying? Then get knocked up and got him. And I hope your dad is still too. That yeah, I gotta go after this. That's my timer. Yeah, my mama. Mama pregnant and he left me. Bitch, I'ma shut the door on that. Cause I told you. I told you. First of all, you shouldn't be dating. We gonna talk about that. I'm finna go. Shouldn't be dating no. You 17 and you already going behind my back. Me and your daddy back. Or me, even if me and your father just co-parent, we not together no more. We divorced, but we still co-parenting because we want to have make sure our children do better than what we did with because they have the resource, they have us. You know, you already disobeying us behind our back. We don't even know, but you don't disobeying God like he don't see it, like he ain't looking at you like, girl, I can't wait till you go back to your daddy house because you. This is what this. He already knows finna happen. It's predestined. So you know you can skip all the bullshit that comes with life if you just obey God, be disciplined, and obey your parents. Listen to the wisdom of your parents. To the teachers out there, let's get back to the basics. Yes, they took the Bible out of school. Yes, they did, and I hate that. But the Bible is here and here. So if you are godly, any believe, but God is the one true God. Yeah, the Most High God is my God, the one true God. If you're a believer, you know, you ain't just gotta, I know it's protocols, it's practice and procedures in education. I get it, but I mean, and hell, y'all barely doing that. Let's keep it a bug. Let's get to that. Y'all rarely teaching these kids the fundamental shit, the general studies that they need to learn in elementary, middle school, and high school. Y'all on Instagram for scrolling with them in class. Not the substitute. We got better My mom was a substitute teacher. Everybody loved my mom when my mom was a substitute. Okay? What's so cold? When my mom was a substitute teacher, I was in alternative school in the same city. Hello. So while my mama teaching, that's why I say don't take DNA. So while my mama is a substitute teacher in the city that she grew up in, I'm in a whole new town in alternative school from 6th grade to 11th grade. My mama never was able to substitute me because I was in alternative school from 6th grade to 11th grade. Picture that. But I said to say the substitute teachers that be coming in, they teach the kids and give them more, they don't give them more because they don't give them no wisdom. They give them wisdom uh statistically more than the regular teachers do. That little one day they come in for 8 hours, 2 days they come in for 8 hours a day, which can be changing a student's whole life. Yeah. Yeah. It don't take long to be an encouragement to speak, pour into somebody and speak to somebody. Especially if you got the Holy Spirit in you. God gonna be like, come here. If you got the Holy Spirit in you, it only take a couple of minutes to a child. Help a child that's lost already before they turn 18, 17, 18, and jump out the porch and gotta go through this, and prison systems. You know, everything. One, two, three kids. Get with the wrong man that's abusing you. And your man 5 years older than you already. Yeah. You can bypass all the bullshit if you just obey God, obey your parents, man. And let them discipline and guide you with their wisdom. Good parents. I'm not talking about the I'm in it with that. Y'all, I'm finna head up out of here. I gotta wake my baby up for school. Shout out to all the students all over the world, man. Congratulations on completing y'all this 2026 school year. Congratulations to each and every one of y'all students, elementary, middle school, high school, college, universities, junior colleges, trade schools. It's a shared responsibility, y'all. But the resources is out there. The resources is out there. I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I'm gone.